So ladies and gentlemen, in today's episode of Left is Right, Up is Down, and Common Sense is Hard to Find, we have this story going around that you are not going to believe. You know, with all the stories I've covered, with all the videos I've reacted to, this has to be up there with one of the most cringiest things I have ever seen. Ever since Donald Trump has become the president of the United States of America, he has signed executive order after executive order after executive order bringing back common sense. And because common sense, as I always say to the woke activists, is like when vampires experience sunlight, you know, they just can't handle it. As soon as they experience a tiny bit of common sense, that is it. Oh my gosh, I can't handle it, the worst ever. I think my impression of these people is getting better and better as each day passes. I think you guys will agree with me on that one, but they just completely lose their minds. We see it all the time on social media, and now we have a group of activists out in Massachusetts, and I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud. I feel like an idiot. But this group of activists out in Massachusetts want to turn a city into a sanctuary city for trans people and others they call, wait, what is it? Oh, gender diverse. Yeah, we're just going to get into this one, but before we do, ladies and gentlemen, oh, and by the way, you ain't ready for this headline I'm about to read out. I forgot to mention that part. Buckle up. Trust me. But before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, if you could, as always, make sure to leave a like rating as it really, really helps out the video. If you're new and you want to join a community where we speak out against today's madness, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications as well so you never miss a video. Comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description, and well, let's get into it. I don't even know what's going on half the time, I really don't. Like, this is the planet we live on. Like, let's just remember that. What is that headline? But the Daily Mail have reported, nonetheless, and just look at that image. Oh. Beyond parody, crusaders in drag use young boy to convince town to become sanctuary city for transgender people. You know... And I'm supposed to sit here and not say anything controversial. Wait, hold on. Controversial about that, right? It makes total sense. It really does. A 7-year-old boy was part of a group of activists. A 7-year-old boy. How is a 7-year-old boy a part of this? Where are his parents? I mean, they probably agree with all of it. But it is absolutely disgraceful that they're allowing a 7-year-old boy to be a part of all of this when they should be nowhere... Let's not get too heated this early on, shall we? We've got a lot to get through. A 7-year-old boy, nonetheless, was part of a group of activists who dressed in drag to lobby a Massachusetts city to become a sanctuary city for transgender people. What? The Worcester City Council on Tuesday voted to become a safe haven for trans people as well as those who are gender diverse. What does that even mean? The motion, which passed 9-2, was filed by resident Ali Sislo on behalf of the queer residents of Worcester, as reported by WCVB. Dozens of people who appear to be in drag passionately told the council they were concerned about their safety under the Trump administration. They were joined by a young boy who demanded the city pledge to not recognize any anti-trans federal policies. They are using a young boy to push this. What is wrong with these people? But they wanted the city to not recognize any anti-trans federal policies and ensure the LGBTQ+ community has access to healthcare, housing, education, and employment without fearing discrimination. Yeah, because that's totally happening. People here are trying to control the rights of others. And that's not right. We should make Worcester a sanctuary city for trans people. Everybody deserves to feel safe, and everybody needs to feel safe. I have lived here for 4 years. My birthday is this Saturday, and all I want is peace and for you to vote yes. Please don't let me down for my birthday. There are a lot of queer people that I love. The kids are watching, and we're ready to vote you out, the boy added. This boy has been indoctrinated to the highest level with this stuff. Right, enough of this article because I don't want to read out gender diverse people anymore. Let's get into the video footage, and we're starting off really well. And wokeness. Post on X. Breaking. Worcester City Council votes to become a transgender sanctuary city, not satire. It is honestly something you would see in South Park or something like that.
I need the city to protect me because the federal government won't. And if you think you're afraid of Trump, you should see how afraid of Trump I am.
Can you wrap up, please?
Yes, I can. If If you say that you're afraid of Trump and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people, you better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
I'm shaking right now. I don't want to be here.
Up, please?
I'm sorry, am I taking too long pleading for my life?
You remembered how many children I have and that 2 of them are trans.
Oh, yeah.
I speak as both the B and the T in the LGBT.
I'm multiply disabled. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder that causes me immense physical pain. I'm on the autism spectrum, and I have narcolepsy, and I couldn't drive myself here, so I had to hide from my driver that I was in drag, which is not an easy thing to do in drag.
I do not want to be here. It's my day off. I do not want to be in your DMs. I do not want to be in your email inboxes. I do not want my creativity writing diss tracks like Kendrick. I don't want to spend an hour applying glitter on my face so that you will hear and see me. I want you to listen to me.
Can you look at me and tell me how many of my friends need to die before you do anything?
Please wrap up.
Look at me!
Okay, we're all done here.
Pathetic.
No, we're all done. Come on.
Of course, we need to continue celebrating Black History Month because in spite of what's coming down from Washington, we all know that we all exist and we all need to be recognized for our existence.
I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, I think, I come out with many things, and I don't know if all of you agree with the things I say. I don't expect you to. But I think you will agree when I say this. All of these people appearing so far are mentally well. That is very obvious. And I think we'll also agree, if you ever see somebody with this haircut, just know they are as liberal as they come. And especially if they've dyed it. Her kids, if she still identifies as her, I don't know, she could be Zay/Zer. I don't want to be offensive here, but her kids are trans. Are you surprised? No.
But be aware that you are a guest in my house when you come. And when you come, know that there are strong queer and trans people in my classroom who will collect you with the quickness.
My name in drag is JDhillon. And my name out of drag is Dewey Cosgrove Atienza.
Laddie LaRouge, he, they, in drag, District 3.
My legal name is Olivia D'Ambrosio. My public name is Livy Scanlon. My wife and I own a home in the Canal District.
I speak as someone who is always misgendered, like all the time.
I wonder why,
People
my
refer
friend.
to me as sir when I prefer to be referred to as ma'am. I speak as someone who is afraid to use public toilets. I speak as someone who is a member of this community and is a queer person.
You have to imagine being me and my wife, fearing that our marriage rights will be stripped away at any moment.
Please.
Who's taking away your rights?
So much time. Please, Joe's gonna cut me off.
Which matters more? Covering the legal fees of systemic police brutality or protecting the lives of queer people in our community? How many lives have to be lost before you consider fighting back against fascism and corruption?
Now is the time to say that if federal money relies on the dehumanization of trans people, that we don't want your goddamn money.
I get that some of you care more about easy funding than trans lives and don't mind for some whatever reason, but...
Normally I would say good evening, but through the chair I will only impart my sour grapes.
It's an extremely emotional and taxing thing to stand up here as part of the trans and gender diverse community.
My name is Katie. I'm from District 5, and I'm speaking in support of
I'm
agenda.
going to pause you there, Katie. I really do apologize. We were missing that, ladies and gentlemen. The masks. Oh, they're there. Doesn't really make sense for you to be wearing one, does it? No, not at all. But they've got to wear one. It's the attire. It really is.
Items 10B and 14B. Right now in our country, Trump is threatening the trans and gender diverse community.
Noticing people here are trying to control the rights of others, and that's not right. We should make Worcester a sanctuary city for trans people. Everybody deserves to feel safe, and everybody needs to feel safe. I've lived here for 4 years, and there hasn't really been any changes in how people feel safe in the city. My birthday is this Saturday, and all I want is peace and for you to vote yes. Please don't let me down for my birthday. There's a lot of queer people that I love, and to Candy Carlson, you should know to never call someone I'm 7 and I know better. The kids are watching and we're ready to vote you out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, mentally sane. Look, that boy definitely didn't write out that speech. Somebody wrote it out for him, and he's just reading it off, whether it was his parents or one of the mentally sane drag queens. Who cares? It doesn't really matter because this kid should be nowhere near that whole situation. And they are being indoctrinated by adults, and if they continue to go down this road because of these, again, mentally sane adults, we all know potentially where it's going to end up. That is sick. But this is how the woke activists, the trans activists, the drag activists, is that a thing? Probably. But this is how they're reacting. They are shouting, screaming, melting down, breaking down, imploding, because first and foremost, the world, America, now recognizes only 2 genders. Men can no longer go into women's sports and other things like gender-affirming care being restricted for kids. But this is just an extreme result of people no longer being able to get their way. I've said this before with this whole situation in recent videos. You know, this group of people for so long now have never been told no. They've been allowed to get away with whatever because the Biden administration catered to them, they prioritized them, and now the Trump administration is in, they're saying, no, you can't do this, we're bringing back common sense. They're melting down. This is what happens when you create a weak society, a very tolerant society, which for some reason people seem to think if you're tolerant of everything, oh, it's being kind and it's great. No. When you stand for everything, you stand for absolutely nothing. But because America and other places wanted to be so kind and allowed these people to get away with whatever, they're now being told no, and they don't like it. And these are the sort of people that for the last few years or so went around and told people what they can say, how they should think, and how they should act. And if they don't comply with that, if they don't abide by their rules, then the woke mob will come after them. They will get banned, or did get banned, on social media. Your videos will get demonetized. People could get fired from their jobs. But transgender sanctuary city really wasn't on my bingo card for this year, I won't lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. Was it on your bingo card? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. I can't believe what we have just watched. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description. But until next time, it has been your host JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.